When most people think of having a pet, it's usually a dog they can have fun with and walk. Or maybe a cat that they can pet or play with. Or just look how cute they're being. A lot of people probably started out with a few fish. But what if you could have a pet like this? Or this? How about a pet grizzly? Or maybe a wolf or two? Or how about the king of beasts? These pet owners treat their unusual pets like a son or daughter.
There's other gators that are getting foot massages and manicures.
She's an Asian elephant. She almost weighs 10,000 pounds. Caring for her, it's a full-time, everyday job. So I get up, I have my coffee and take it straight to her.
At this early age, you've got tremendous jaw pressure here, and they're just starting to cut their teeth through, so he's got something to hang on to. So just literally, the more I'm trying to get it apart, he's clamping down more and more.
The biggest misconception is mindless, man-eating killer. In fact, they are really just big, scared animals that are designed to kill because that's how they've evolved. But the truth be known, they'd rather run away than confront.
Okay, today we're going to be looking at some people, well, shall we say, have a unique perspective on the type of pets that they think they should own. I mean, these people, they're not content with the normal run-of-the-mill dog or house cat. No, oh no. They take their pet choices to another level. Levels you or I wouldn't even think about. And I don't mind telling you that one of these pet choices just gives me the creeps. But that's all I'll say for now. As a matter of fact, we'll just leave that one for last. Okay, we got a list to get through. Let's begin looking at our 9 unusual pets. Okay, so our first stop is a US state that is more than 83,000 square miles in size and is home to Mount Bora. You guessed it, Idaho. Now, most of you may know this great state more for its potatoes than its gems. But this man has visited the state for a different reason. Sean Ellis once lived in Idaho for 2 years as a member of a wild wolf pack. This guy took puppies that were abandoned by their mother and raised them as his own. Now that's some serious dedication. He teaches them everything they need to know as a wolf, even pecking order at mealtimes. At 3 months old, these pups begin to eat meat, and Sean feeds them from his mouth, simulating regurgitation. I don't know about you, but for me, that's taking the connection between man and beast to another level. Sean's main goal is to show that wolf and man can live in harmony as long as we respect their ways. Taming the untamable? Making a wolf your pet? No, that's not for me. And this is why Sean Ellis makes it to our list of 9 unusual pets. For our next unusual pet, we will leave the United States and head over 4,000 miles away to an exotic country. This place is known for its rainforests, its carnival, and the statue of Christ. That's right, it's Brazil, and this is where one of the most unusual pet stories begin. Meet João Herrera and Jinjin. Jinjin swims over 5,000 miles round trip each year to visit the man who saved his life. João Herrera lives just outside Rio de Janeiro and is a part-time fisherman. He found this penguin on his local beach, covered in oil and close to death. After cleaning off the penguin and feeding him daily with fish, Jinjin regained his strength. A week later, João returned the penguin to the sea. Later that day, he heard squawking in his backyard. He went and discovered that the penguin had returned. Jinjin spent an additional 11 months with him and left soon after he grew a coat of new feathers. Exactly 4 months later, João Herrera heard squawking in his backyard again. When he checked, Jinjin had returned. This has been going on every year since. It is unknown where Jinjin goes when he leaves. Some speculate that he leaves to breed some 2,500 miles away. I don't know about you, but these two, they definitely deserve to be on the list of 9 unusual pets. We head next to a province that has this place as one of its cities. It is also defined by its Pacific coastline and mountain ranges. That province also has a little known area called Glacier National Park. If you guess British Columbia, Canada, you are correct. Home to this man, Mark Dumas, and his pet polar bear, Aggie. When I think polar bears, these images come to mind. I don't think most people think pet option. But Mark Dumas, an animal trainer for decades, was asked to find a polar bear for a movie that was being produced. He heard about a polar bear cub being hand-raised by a zoo because its mother was too old. So Mark took her and trained her for that upcoming movie, but he didn't expect the relationship to become what it did. Mark said he and Aggie have a very special bond. Mark says if anyone takes his attention away from Aggie apart from his wife Dawn, she can get real cranky. Even though an adult female polar bear can weigh up to 650 pounds and can kill a human in one blow, Mark says he has never felt any danger when he is around Aggie. And that's why these two are definitely on our list of 9 unusual pets. The next stop on our tour takes us to a state where to the south we have places like this. And this. And if you drive further north, you can find places like this. And this. However, if you go further north by car or plane, you end up here. That's right, it's Florida. Florida is the home to Lauren Murray and her pet elephant, Lady Essex. Lauren has spent almost all her life living next to her 10,000-pound pet. This pachyderm is not only her pet, but also her best friend. She also teaches Lady Essex to play fetch with her dog. She says she knows more about her pet that she can't just put into words. It's more like a feeling. Lauren also gets her son involved in taking care of this enormous pet. Elephants have over 40,000 muscles in their trunk and can drink up to 60 gallons of water in one sitting. Lauren is an acrobatic circus performer and animal handler. Lauren says taking care of the elephant is not like taking care of a regular pet. And that's why she and Lady make our list of 9 unusual pets. It's now time to pack our bags and take a nearly 8,000-mile trip across the Atlantic. to a land known for its beautiful sunrises, exotic birds, and open landscapes. You guessed it, we're heading to Tanzania, the home of our next pet story. What do you think when you hear the word pelican? Well, whatever you think, I'm sure Cuddly Pet ain't one of them. Well, for Jeffrey Condon, this pelican, who he affectionately calls Big Bird, lost his parents after a big storm. Big Bird swam into this beach because he couldn't fly. So Jeffrey and his colleagues started to teach Big Bird how to fly by running up and down the beach, flapping their arms. They are the only flock Big Bird knows. After some training, Big Bird took to the skies. So once he started to fly, their next task was to teach a pelican how to fish. So Jeffrey took his feathered friend in a little canoe to start his training. And look at this. Big Bird opens his mouth in the water, instinctively hoping to catch a fish. Then one day, success! I must say, a human taking a pelican under his wings to teach him the ropes? No, that's not for your average person. Jeffrey and Big Bird have certainly grown attached to one another over time. That's why, as far as unusual pets go, these two make our list of 9 unusual pets. In another part of this great continent with all its splendor and innocence is a man with a unique view of one of the savannah's most dangerous predators. Is it a leopard? No. Is it a cheetah? No. It is, in fact, the king of all beasts, the lion. Kevin Richardson, also known as the Lion Whisperer, doesn't carry around kibbles or kitty litter when dealing with these cats. Kevin is a world-renowned wildlife conservationist, and he has been dealing with lions since he was 22. Kevin even plays ball with his lion pets, just like house cats, only bigger. Kevin has also written a book entitled Heart of the Pride. In it, he discusses his work over the years with these great carnivores. His method of getting to know their individual personalities has caused these great beasts to accept him as one of the pride. He wanted to show that you don't need sticks, whips, or chains to subdue these animals. He swims with them, sleeps with them, but most of all, he trusts them and they trust him. This puts Kevin and his lions squarely on our list of unusual pets. Okay, it's time to hop on a plane and head back to US soil, where we find our 3 final unusual pets. We will head to New York. But not to the place that is home to the stock exchange. Where massive advertisement signs can be seen day or night for miles. No, we will head to a place known as Ottsville, New York. So here we find the story of Jim and Susan Kowalczyk. They run an orphan wildlife center that is home to 11 Kodiak bears. Kodiak bears are some of the largest bears in the world. This bear named Jimmy weighs in at 1,400 pounds and stands 9 feet tall on his hind legs. Now, I like bears too, as long as it has a teddy in front of its name. Jim says that it is very easy for bears to kill a human. But according to Susan, that won't happen to Jim because they just love him so much. Jim says that these bears are like his children and they are cared for as such. Jim and Susan do all the daily chores and maintenance of their beloved pets. After seeing the claws on that bear, I'm content to watch from a distance. But the fact that Jim and Susan have formed such an inseparable bond with Jimmy puts them squarely on the list of 9 unusual pets. Let's take a short 3.5-hour trip south from Ottsville, New York to York, Pennsylvania. Population just over 44,000 people. This is where our next unusual pet story takes place. This pet owner is seriously hardcore. Now, when I think of alligators, I usually think of something like this.
Get back!
I certainly don't think of house-trained cuddly pet. But for Angela Lance, that's exactly how she feels about her pet alligator, Litigator. And for Angela, just having an alligator as a pet, no, that's not enough. She dresses Litigator in different outfits, complete with accessories. And a tiara. Angela loves showing her pet lots of affection. She even brushes her teeth. Angela says she keeps Litigator on a leash when she takes her for a walk. She also says she has lots of fun painting litigators' nails. However, Lily does get to just be an alligator sometimes. And Angela admits that Lily is probably the most pampered alligator in the world. And from what I can see, I have to agree. And that's why she and Lily are on our list for 9 unusual pets. Okay, so we've seen 8 pretty unusual pets. Now let's get to the final one. This is the animal that really creeps me out. In fact, it's more on the insect side of life. No, it's not like an ant farm or pet beetles. No, it's bees. Now I know we've all seen beekeepers like these. But the guy I'm talking about makes beekeepers look like amateurs. Let's head over to the west coast of the United States, to Sacramento, California, the home of the bee man, Professor Norman Gary. The professor has been a professional beekeeper for more than 70 years. He has written beekeeping books that include chapters such as Entertaining with Bees, and Formal Beekeeping Education. He doesn't use a normal beekeeping suit like other beekeepers. Professor Gary has learned swarm language, and as a result, he can get his bees to go for a walk with him. He has so much control over these bees and they trust him so much that he rarely even gets a single sting. He can get at least over 100,000 bees to cover his body, making a living in quite literal bee suit. If I saw a person looking like that coming towards me, I'm out of there. He covers his body with the same pheromone just as the queen bee uses to control her hive, making him their queen. Anyone that can have an entire beehive think you're its queen has my respect, and without a doubt deserves to be on our list of 9 unusual pets. Well, that's our list of 9 unusual pets, and I hope you had fun watching. Maybe you will think differently the next time you go pet shopping. I know I will. Well, until next time, I'm your host, Camille Anderson, and I'll see you at the pet stores. Creep. Usually a dog they can walk with and have fun. I spin it. A few of you probably started out. No. Kevin. I don't know.